the 5-star shout out.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You can't make you know what I'm talking about.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have been here this morning. You understand? Can't wait to be here. Love the day. I love everything about Saturday morning. When you wake up to freshness, you just can't wait for what's about to happen. I'm always excited to do the Side Jawn. And I'm here with my co-host, the Chocolate Girl.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the Side Jawn on Saturday, my favorite day of the week. Glad to be here, Dennis. Good to see you, man.
Yes, great to see you. As y'all know, we got a special guest in the building. We got Wood, the mentor, in the house. What's going on, Wood?
What's up with you, man?
Not much, man.
What's going on?
Not much. Now, usually we start the show off, and we always ask each other about how your week was. So, since you are the guest, how was your week?
It was a good week. I won't say great week, but it was a good week. It was a good week. Still trying to book, interviews and things like that, and in the mix of that, working at the same time. So yeah, it was okay. It was a good week.
That's good.
Okay.
It's better than being bad. I can tell you that.
Chocolate Girl, how was your week?
My week was great. This is I got a run on having great weeks now, and I'm trying to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to come on here on Saturday like, oh, it was rough, it was challenging. No, I had a great week. Sure, I had challenges this week, but went to the doctor yesterday, got some good news, still some concerns, but things are going in the right direction for the most part. So still feeling better each week. And I'm just saying, protect your health, protect your neck, as Wu-Tang would say. Protect your health because you only get one life.
Right.
Protect it. But it's been a really great week. The only thing I could say, Dennis, that was not the greatest is I didn't get to see my grandson this week. But my son, started a new job, so he's been really busy and trying to get used to the schedule. And so I had to give him a week to work that out. I'll get back to seeing my grandson, routinely after that. So it's been a great week. Shout out to everybody out there watching. So Dennis, how's your week been? How was your week?
My week started off really good. Saturday when we did the Side Jawn last week, I went out to this Eagles versus Giants fan battle. It was the Battle of 95. I was at Flemington, New Jersey.
What is that? Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Well, I got invited by Eagles Talk. Eagles Talk invited me. E-Rock was there.
Oh, I remember
him.
We had
on the DJ show.
Right.
Yeah, we had him on the DJ show. E-Rock was there. And his whole family, come to find out he didn't live but 10 minutes away from the place in Flemington, New Jersey. And it was a bunch of Eagles fans versus a bunch of Giants fans. And we were competing to see who was the better fan base the whole time.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey, Dennis, you need to do that. You need to do an Eagles versus Steelers fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where we gonna have it at? That's the problem.
The battle for the Pennsylvania. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Let me just say, what was I about to say? I was about to say something. Oh, the two celebrities that was there was Hugh Douglas and Otis Jackson, running back, used to play for the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
So I got pictures with them. I participated in the trivia, which came down to the wire. We ended up getting bonus questions, but I got one bonus question. Well, I didn't even get it wrong. Somebody else blurted out the answer before I could even say anything. So. But it was pretty good. Trivia was good. They had a trivia, a goat racing. They had a fan battle with the kids, and they also had a cook-off.
Like they had to cook off something, or they brought dishes already cooked?
No, they had to cook burgers. Whoever had the best burger, they had the grill, they had the meat, they had all the ingredients. Whoever had the best burger won. Giants fans won that
one. Boy, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that after the show.
Yeah.
Because my mind is racing, and I can see a Side Jawn. I can see it. I can just see it. I can see it. Yeah. We'll talk after the show.
I'm gonna have to say I had a good time. I had a good time that Saturday. Went to that. That was cool. And my daughter's birthday was Wednesday. I went to the amusement park. We went to the big water park in Atlantic City. I get there, and since the pandemic, Sharon, I'm gonna tell you this again. I don't know what it is about these women with these thong bikinis. I don't know what it is. Now you always be telling me, you always say this to me. You always be like, I don't know where you meet these women at. This one right here, I can't explain. I can't explain this at all with these thong bikinis on a Wednesday at a family amusement park.
Just walking around.
Last time I had this conversation with you.
Are they walking around with the cheeks out?
Cheeks out.
No cover up.
And I ain't talking about like this. And I ain't talking about like it's like it used to be a nice size bikini, but they butt got bigger, so they swallowed it. No. We talking about string and a booty bikini. Okay, that's what we talking about.
With no cover up on.
No cover up
on a Wednesday.
And some of these women got men with them.
Well, they set them out. Might be their pimp. After all, it is Atlantic City.
As Rashad would say, either he a pimp or a simp. One or the other.
Shout out to Sean.
One or the other.
Oh my goodness. Bring back time with Sean. Bring it back.
Yeah. As Sean would say, either pimp or a simp. One or the other.
Wow.
But I don't understand that. My daughter turned 16 though. She had a real good time.
Congratulations.
16.
You got a 16-year-old. Wow.
Yeah.
Dennis, you don't even look old enough to have a 16-year-old.
I got enough grades for every age.
Premature. It looked premature. You don't look like you should have gray either. So that's why I say premature.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for that.
Shout out to your mom and dad.
Right.
For them good genes.
Good genes. But we gotta get into this thing with Wood, man. Wood, I'm over here talking all the time. Wood ain't even, you know what I mean? He's trying to get his thing together.
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
Well, first thing I want to know is, well, how did you get the name Wood? First of all, let's get this off the way. How did you get the name Wood the Mentor?
How did I get the name Wood the Mentor? So Wood was my nickname, you know what I mean? And actually, I came up with the mentor part probably, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say about, I don't know, say 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say 6 months ago I came up with Wood the Mentor, man. It was something I was just wrestling around with one day, and I was just in here, you know, in my zone, and I'm like, damn, Wood the Mentor. I like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's how I came up with that. But Wood been my name since a youngin' though. That just been my name.
That's cool. Now, what part of Philadelphia are you from? I told you I was from, North Philly, Germantown, which is all North Philly, but depends on who you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Philly are you from?
I'm from North Philadelphia, 29th and Lehigh.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Um, what else? My fault. I'm sorry about that. What else? Man, I done lost train of thought. Now I gotta go back and look at my notes. I go back and look at my notes. Name, blood, nickname. What school did you go to? I'm sorry, sir.
What school did I went to?
My fault. Well, I said, what school did you go to? What school did you go to? 29th and you said 29th in York or Lehigh?
Lehigh. I'm from 20th from Lehigh. So my high school I went to was Strawberry Mansion.
Okay, now what middle school you went to? Did you go to that one right there on 29th Street?
You talking about Rose?
Rhodes.
Rose Middle School. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's crazy because my aunt lives around there.
Yeah, I went to
She lived
Rose
right
for
off.
like 2 years, and then I think I went to Gillespie after that. I got kicked out.
You went to Gillespie down 18th and
Yeah, next door to
Erie?
Grass. Yeah, next door to Grass.
What the hell?
Yeah, I got kicked out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. Yeah,
Mhm.
my aunt lived right there at 28th and Lehigh.
Okay.
Actually 2 blocks up from Lehigh. It's more so like it's not too far away from me. I forgot the exact crossing street. I think it's Clearfield, if
Okay.
I'm
Up
not
there.
mistaken.
Okay. All right.
Clearfield.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I probably bumped into you a time or two back then
Yeah.
because I think we about the age. I think I'm about a year older than you.
Yeah. I'm 38.
Yeah, I'm 39. When your birthday?
January.
Oh yeah, you about to be 39. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
year older. Most definitely. Now, I've heard a story about you. Growing up, going from place to place, being homeless and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, when when did all of that? Was that normal or was that like too much to deal with as a child?
Um. At first, it was too much to deal with, but after a while, though, it just became normal. It just became normal. Like it became like everyday life, man. It became everyday life for me. Like you know what I mean? Like so.
Okay. And when you finally turned like, and when you got older, did you like join a gang or did you was
No,
more so?
in the city at that time it wasn't no gangs. It just was like, I mean, it wasn't no gangs. We never had no name for ourselves. It was just the fact that we just it was a group of us. It's just a group of friends, and we just doing, just doing stuff in the city, doing stuff in the streets in our neighborhood mainly, and that was it. But it wasn't really no gang because that wasn't really like gangs wasn't really out like that. I mean, no, it wasn't no gang, nah.
Okay, so you was just hanging with the dudes in the street. Well, I
Right,
mean, it
right.
was gangs, but it wasn't big name gangs. I mean, it wasn't a lot of them. It was just
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
had
yeah. Like we ain't got
you
it
had
wasn't
your
none of this stuff that they got now. Every neighborhood in the city now got like a gang. It wasn't none of that type of stuff like that. It was
right.
just you was from this block and that was it. And I mean, if you consider that a gang, then yeah. But
Okay.
it was like that.
Um, yeah, because I mean, well, we know that you was at 16. Well, I'll let you tell a story of what happened to you at 16. 'Cause they came to hear you. I'll let you tell a story of what happened to you at 16.
So at 16, I was charged with murder, attempted murder, um, and two aggravated assault cases at the age of 16. And a year later, I was convicted of them charges, and I was sentenced to 20 to 40 years in prison.
Sheesh. Now that was you. Now would you say that was you hanging with the wrong crowd, or was that you trying to be something that you wasn't?
Um, I'm gonna just say a product of my environment. I don't want to say that it's like because I think leading up to me going to the streets, I dealt with so much trauma, so it just like it was natural to me. There, it was natural, and once I got my hands on my first gun, it was just like that was it for me. So product of my environment. Yeah, you could say being around the wrong people. Yeah, mainly. Yeah.
Now, was that your first time going to jail?
No. Well, that type of jail, yeah. But my first time ever being locked up was at 10 years old.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you was going to like what you went to?
I went to
And went
Pratt
to
Pratt
juvie.
Elementary School. Yeah, on 22nd Street.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
That was my
I
first
know
time.
I know a lot of people they end up. And what my cousin told me is a lot of people end up. You'll see them in juvie. The same people you seen in juvie end up you'll see them in the regular jail. It's like a whole system. If you
Mm-hmm.
see them messing up in juvie and go to jail in juvie, you're gonna see them same ones in regular jail.
Yeah. Yeah. He was
It's
telling
like
the truth.
that's what he was telling me. Yeah, he was telling me it's like a whole system. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
be in and out of jail, and you be seeing that. Man, that was the boy I went to St. Gabe's with. Oh, that's the boy I went to Vision Quest with. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what he was telling me, and I was like, damn, that's a damn shame. That's how y'all know each other through stuff
Yeah.
like that. I got
Exactly.
I got other stories. You know what I mean? Like I was getting mad that I started growing up with people in the club. That's what I was
Okay.
getting mad about. Like we started off going to fucking, wild, and then the next thing you know, you see these boys at dances, and now y'all at 923 together. Then next thing you
Yeah.
know, you at Chrome, you down Delaware Avenue. You like, yo, I keep seeing these boys saying like we growing up together. So what's going on now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how it go.
Yeah. Now, after doing 20 years, you got out after 20 years. You were supposed to do 40. So I know it was a coach. Well, I don't want to go right into that. Let me backtrack a little bit. I don't want to go right into that. I heard you tell a story that it took you 15 years to start listening to your OG Chucky
Mm-hmm.
and the stuff he was trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But what was he saying to you that you just wasn't listening? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Um, he was basically asking me like, basically trying to teach me the game. Like, what's your end goal? What's you don't have a life sentence like I do. Like, I need you to be able to focus, and because your time gonna come up real soon. But when I'm first coming into jail, you gotta understand that I'm so young and naive to what's going on. I'm like 20 years a long way. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit you talking about right now, Chucky. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm doing what I need to do in here. You know what I mean? I'm acting a fool in this joint. I ain't trying to hit none of that shit you talking about. And he never gave up on me. He never gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? He never gave up on me. He had me in his cell talking to me for hours. And I'd be like, man, that shit going one ear out the other, man. And then he finally got through to me, man, on my 15th year.
What was it that changed? What was in the message that changed in that 15 years?
Because he told me, he said, youngin, you got 60 months left. What you gonna do? It's a lot of killing going on in the city. Is you gonna be part of the solution or you gonna be part of the problem? Don't answer this question right now. Give it a couple of days, let it sink in, and then come back to me. And as I started doing that and thinking about it, you know what I mean? I came back to him and I said, I want to be part of the solution. He said, you sure? And he said, all right. And he just looked at me and just said, thank you. Because he seen the growth. He started seeing the growth in me over the years, but I still was like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I still was, doing little, stuff around the jail, but he seen that he finally got through to me. So after that, every young boy that just came through the jail, I started to grab him and take him under the wing. I was doing that a couple years prior to my 5 years. I'm gonna say like when I had like 8 years left, every young boy come through, I'm taking them under the wing like the old heads took me under the wing and giving them the game and all that stuff like that. So
Right.
that's when I knew that this was my calling.
Now, I was always told that in your law room, there's always a guy in there that knows everything about the law
Hmm.
and can, and can teach you everything you need to know so you can get your sentence reduced.
Hmm.
Is it really like that, or is that just a myth?
No, it's really like that. So we had this guy in there. There's a couple guys in there that was real good, but we got two guys in there that I really would go to about law information. One of them name was Giovanni, and he had a life sentence, right? He overturned his life sentence. Well, he was a juvenile lifer, so he home now, and he actually is like somewhat like a paralegal right now. And we had this old head in there named Charlie Diggs that he used to get people cases overturned, but he just couldn't get his own case overturned, and that's how it is in there. They can get you out of jail, but they can't get themselves out for some odd reason. So they was the main two dudes that I would go to for some legal advice. You know what I'm saying? When I was trying to get back in court.
Okay. So it is. So it ain't a myth. That is true.
No,
It's
that's the real deal. That's the real
now
deal.
now with y'all, which is weird to me. I don't understand this, but I'm gonna ask you because you was there, so you know
Hmm.
how the game go. How is it that y'all get the women from jail? How? I'm just
What you
lost.
mean,
How?
like far as the street?
Yeah, how? I'm just so lost, y'all. How is it? I always wanted to know. Like I asked my cousin, but he couldn't give me a straight answer. So I'm gonna ask, how is it? Like,
How is it that
is
we
there
be
like
able
a
to attract the women from the jail, right?
right? But is there like an inmate meetinmate.com or something like that?
I mean, they got that in there too, but a lot of times it's like this. So me and you both in jail, right?
Right.
And I'll be like, damn, Dennis, you got your girl and all that coming to see you. Ask her, do she got a friend? Majority of the time it goes like that. Like 85% of the time, I'll be like, yo, Dennis, ask your girl, do she got a friend? And you may be like, all right. And then she may be like, yeah, I got a friend, because now she don't want to keep riding up by herself anyway.
Mm.
So from there, we just going out on a visit. But you have to understand, dudes from jail, we good talkers. So when we in jail, we have no choice but to learn how to communicate, which a dude on the street don't have time for a woman. See what I'm saying? A dude on the street ain't got time to hear about your day and none of that type of shit right there. They want to know what's going on. Did you make the food? And is you going to go ahead and get that leg up today? So a dude in jail, he can't get you to cook for him, and he can't get that leg for you. So the only thing he able to do is stimulate your mind mentally, and this is what you fall in love with. Know what I mean? So that
Well,
that mental and that emotional connection that a dude from jail able to give her, the letters, the emails, the phone calls, because he can't give her sex. So the only way I'm able to really stimulate your mind is mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And I'm able to do that because I ain't got nothing on my hands but time to think. And that's what she fall in love with. That's it.
okay. I didn't heard it here first. I was wondering how y'all become big pimps out there. I did. I heard it because I heard it. Let me tell you the stories I heard. I heard a story that usually they got an OG in jail with them and teach them how to write letters, how to talk to her to stimulate her mind. You know what I mean? And how to communicate with her in ways to make her stop stressing and have a good time. I ain't gonna say he pimping, but he giving game out on what to do with women,
well, well,
and y'all just passing it around.
all right. So I had an old head in there, right? It's old head named Winston, right? And I used to get a lot of game and a lot of advice from him. We'd walk the block for hours. And he was another old head of mine, but we'd walk the block for hours and he'd give me the game on women. You know what I'm saying? But because he at this time he been there for a long time, so he know how this thing goes. So I never needed help really like on that part as far as like, cause I always knew how to write. You dig what I'm saying? I always knew how to do that. Like I always was smart. I just was into a bunch of dumb shit, but I just always was smart. You know what I mean? I wasn't no dumb kid. So, but what he did for me, Winston did for me. He expanded my vocabulary.
Okay.
So now I'm able to articulate myself, especially when I'm dealing with women on the outside from the jail. I'm able to articulate myself in a whole nother atmosphere than I would have if I would have just done it by myself. So that's
Yeah.
what he did.
That is definitely what you need because
Mhm.
you need you got to see things different. Like
Mhm.
okay, like for example, you did 20 years. You went in 2002,
Mhm.
right? When you came home in 2022, and it was after the pandemic too. That's crazy.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you've seen that like kind of shocked you, especially being in Philadelphia? I know there was a couple of things that you was probably surprised about.
There's a couple things. One, how lost these dudes is out here.
Yeah.
Like these dudes out here don't have no drive. You feel me? The win at life, to succeed at life, like they have no drive. So how lost these dudes out here and how easy it is to surpass these bulls. You know? I didn't know that. I'm looking like, because in jail, all we get is the drama, the stories, the off the news, the killings and all that type of stuff. But they never get to talk about, you know, how lost these men is out here. And when I got out here, it looked like the Walking Dead out here. So I couldn't believe it. Like I really couldn't believe what I came home to. And another thing is how easy these women is out here, man.
What you mean when you say easy?
Like they go for anything from these dudes out this joint. You see what I'm saying? Like back then, you had to really like spit game to get some coochie or something.
Right.
It's too easy out here for them, and they made it so easy for them that these dudes ain't even got to do nothing because they just need a warm body to lay to at night.
Well, that is more of a control thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I'm just
That's
saying,
a control thing because I know some guys and I listen, I know some guys who are cool with being at the house, eating the fruit snacks, driving her car, I mean, stuff like that. And she's cool with going to go make all the money, coming home cooking and all that. But what she not gonna be doing is doing herself. She got the walking dildo downstairs.
right? But
He gonna get it right.
my thing is though, as a man, you getting up every morning knowing that you got this woman out here doing all of this, and you cool with just
Yeah.
that. That is just that's sick. That's sick. That is sick. That's sick, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's sick.
You're not lying. You're absolutely right. But I'm here to
Because
tell you,
you plan on her vulnerability. Like you plan on the fact that you know that she just want this pistol from you. You know she want
right?
that from you. You know what I mean? And you plan on that. But and after a while, she plays a role in it too, and she got to smarten up where it's like, yo, I want more and I want better than this. But you know how it goes. So
But she
I don't
don't.
know.
But see, she looked at it. She looked at it in a way like this, because I had to start thinking about it like this as well. You know, when we was younger, the big thing back then, if you went and bought your girl a Build a Bear, oh, that was like it. You know what I mean? Oh, she got to build a bear, got to stuff it, she got to name it, got a little certificate on when the Build a Bear was born and all that. That's all they doing to these dudes. That's all they doing to them, and the
Yeah,
dude's cool with it.
I don't even feel right asking. I don't feel right asking a woman for anything. Be honest with you.
Right?
Let
But
alone only
the
thing a
dude,
woman probably could get me to ask him for, that I would probably something to eat.
I still think
Just something to eat, man. Like other than that, like because I just don't feel right. I don't feel right. And listen, I never asked a woman for no type of money in jail. You know how we got them dudes in there like that. I never asked no woman for no money in jail. Never in 20 years. Never.
I ain't want no money in jail either. I mean, I ain't want no money for no woman either. I'm talking.
Yeah.
I ain't want no money for no woman either.
Never asked her for one. Never. Not one.
But I do pay attention to so much stuff now that I'm older and I used to be married. So I do pay a lot of attention to stuff to women. That's why when you say they giving up the coochie so easy, I understand what's going on. I understand, the transformation that these women have made and want to do things, see things differently. But like I was telling my brother last night, I was like, man, the game has changed. It used to be at one point, you go to a girl crib, she ain't had no problem cooking. Now they come to you hungry as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it depends. Also, it depends what type of woman you attract. You know what I mean? Like, you could attract some bums, but it depends what type of woman you attract. It depends. It all depends, man. It really do. It all depends.
I 100% agree with that because it was some women out there. Like I was talking to a girl I was talking to a girl in the supermarket the other day, right? We in the supermarket, I'm talking to her, and I'm like, what's going on? What's up? And I see she had 2 carts. And I was like, okay, so she must got a lot of kids. But I was like, you know what? If we vibing, I ain't even gonna let that be an issue. But then I looked in the cart. There wasn't no meat in the cart, wasn't no vegetables in the cart, it was nothing. Everything that was in those 2 carts was stuff that could easily go in the microwave. That was everything that was in those 2 carts. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just sitting there and I was like, so you don't cook. And I know if you don't cook, you ain't cleaning. I said, no, I'm out. I ain't even gonna pursue this situation. What if they just give it to you? And they just gave it to you. That's just what I said. They just gave it to you. I don't think it should be no point that you need to be in a committed relationship. But if y'all having fun, have fun. I
Yeah.
always preach happiness, man. You need to be happy.
Yeah, you got to tell them. Sometimes I don't know. You tell them, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I mean,
That's it. That's exactly it. Man. Sharon said, "What kind of women I be dealing with?" Told you, Sharon. I pay attention to so much stuff now. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
I'm saying
you
it's
got to, you got
ridiculous.
to, you got to, you got to be. I don't know, man. Like, it's definitely hard and it's definitely tough sledding. Now that I'm out here and I've been home for 2 years now, I really see like, yeah, it's tough for the women though, man. It's tough for them, man. It's tough for them to find at least half-ass decent good man, and it's tough on the men too. It's tough.
Right.
It's tough.
So it's tough for everybody. Oh, she was talking about money. What if they just give you money? Then what? You don't know what you'll do if the girl just gave you money?
If she just give me money, I mean, if she just give me money, then that's cool. But it's not nothing that I'm asking for.
Okay.
Like I'm not asking. I don't feel right. It just don't. Yo, like it don't feel right. Like I mean, I don't know. Like, especially if we not in a relationship.
All
Nah,
right. Now
real shit.
I
Everyone definitely on
I
their
understand.
family side, niggas.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, what? Now, when did you decide? I don't know if it was a conversation with Chuck or not, but when did you decide that you wanted to be a public speaker, a mentor?
2017.
Okay. What happened then? What was the turnaround?
it was just that I started watching the news and I started to see I started to see a lot of killings now, you know what I'm saying? And I started to see dudes out there that were speaking, and I'm like, damn, I see, you got people in the community. Matter of fact, it was people in the community, after somebody died, the community get behind them and they start talking on the news. And I said, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, man, that's what I want to do right there. You know what I mean? And I came home and I just hit the ground running with it, man. And I just started going for it.
Okay. That's good. Now, when you came out, so how long have you been public speaking?
I say about 16 months.
Okay.
I say about 16 months.
Yeah, Frost said back in the day we didn't need a woman for anything but sex because men were raised to be able to take care of ourselves. I was raised with my grandma and said I'll cook and clean. All right.
Yeah.
I know how to cook and clean too. See, the question is when I ask these girls, I don't ask these girls, can you cook and clean? I ask them, do you cook and clean? Because there's a difference. Because I can sit here and tell you, because you can ask me, hey, then, you know how to type? Yeah, I know how to type. But how often do you type? Never. I never type shit. Never.
Right.
So that's the difference. Like, that's
Right.
why you got to make sure you ask the question the right way. Then you
Right.
type, never. Never typing the
Right.
damn thing.
Right.
All right. I write it out. I'll text it. I ain't typing shit. No.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's all on what you asking and your delivery.
Right.
That's how I feel. I
What
think it's tough
chocolate
both
girl
ways.
went at?
She on her way back now. Chocolate girls, it's your time now. I think it's
Okay.
tough both ways. Having standards seem to be shame or ridiculous on both sides. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I agree with that.
Huh.
Chocolate girl, I'll let you go ahead and take over. I'll be right back.
Did y'all miss me or something? Y'all miss me?
Hey, no, we just was wondering where you was at in the building. That's all.
We give each other space to ask our questions with the guests
Oh, I
by
like that.
themselves on the screen,
That's decent.
and then we hand off. That's how we do it most of the time.
That's
Yeah.
decent.
But what made you start doing the public speaking?
So like I was just telling him was that it was an older guy in the jail named Chucky Giles, and he always pulled into me for 15 years. I was not trying to hear nothing he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't give up on me though. He wouldn't got give up on me. I'm telling you, when I say this man wouldn't give up on me, he would bring me to his cell, and I would sit there and I would listen for hours. Well, at least I would make him think I was listening for hours because I couldn't get out the cell because he would just keep talking, keep talking. But in
I know.
2017, I was in my cell and I forgot who got killed. It was a little kid, and the mom was on there and was like, we need more men out here, and they had this group in jail called Mothers in Charge used to come in. And she used to always tell me about, her son getting killed. I think his lady name was Miss Penny, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me about her folks getting killed and all that. And I said, yo, I'm going out there to do this. I said, I'm about to change something out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But nobody in the jail really knew what I was gonna come out here and do because they thought that I was gonna come out here and be that same person that I was inside the jail.
Mm-hmm.
So when people see me now that's from the jail and all that, they really be like a culture shock. They really be wanting they be shocked. But I had a
Well,
plan the whole time.
but that's good though, and
Yeah.
it's good that you stuck with it.
Yes.
What kinds of things do you have to say to yourself to carry you into this journey from prison? You went from prison to doing this work, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Despite people probably saying, "Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing,"
Mm-hmm.
or "Oh, he can't do nothing."
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the two. You hear all the negative people.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do you say to yourself to refute that and keep going and following your calling?
When I get these phone calls from these teenagers,
Mhm.
when I get that, and when I tell them, and they tell me how much of an inspiration I am to them, when they tell me how much they look up to me, when they call me every other day for some type of advice, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, even when they think they ready to make a bad decision, they call me. When they look at me more as a big brother slash father figure, because they don't have that in their lives. That's what keep me pushing. And also when I get them calls still from the jail, and I still get them encouraging words from them guys in there, knowing that some of them guys may never get an opportunity to be back on this side of the wall. That's what keep me
Right.
going. That's what keep me going.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When you go out to speak, what topics do you speak about? Is it only your time in prison, or do you make a connection to other topics?
I make a connection because I make a connection with them because I want to hear them out. And that's what's wrong with us today is that we don't really get to hear these kids out. We don't get to understand what's the reason that y'all acting out like this. We don't
Mhm.
get to understand why you got so much anger. You know what I'm saying? What trauma you dealt with that put you to this point? Talk to me. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna listen, and then I'm gonna give you my experience of what I went through as far as growing up as a child, and what I went through as far as 20 years in the prison. So we be able to both have a dialogue. We don't hear these kids out. So the only way that y'all gonna hear us out, and the only way y'all gonna notice me, if I wreak havoc in my community, then you gonna pay me some mind. Cause I tried to sit down and talk to you and open up to you, but that didn't work because you was too busy either and we put a lot of pressure on the dads not being there, and that's great, but the moms play a major part in this also,
Mhm.
because the mothers don't really be paying these kids no mind until two things happen: until they get killed or until they go to jail, because they be out doing whatever they doing. So you didn't hear me out. I told you that I needed somebody to talk to. I told you I needed help. But since you didn't hear me out, I know what I got to do for me to get noticed. I'm about to wreak havoc on this community. Then you gonna hear me out.
And that's real. That's really real.
Yeah.
I appreciate your honesty on that because, yes, that is real.
Right.
Um, what ages are these young men that you mentor?
I'm gonna say 10 to 18.
10 to 18.
Yeah.
Any over 18?
Yes, I got a few over 18. I got a few like
Mhm.
21, 22. They still call me. Um, excuse me, they still call me and get some advice, but mainly it's the ones between them age brackets that I just said the first time that I really be in that connection with. But the ones that's 21, 22, I give it to them real. I give them the ones that's younger real too, but I really give it to the ones that's like 21, 22 real. I always explain to them, listen, I had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I done enough jail time for y'all. You know what I mean? I made enough mistakes for y'all. I took enough beatings from the guards from y'all. I did enough hold time for y'all.
Mhm.
And if 20 years of sacrificing my life just so you wouldn't have to go through what I went through, then I'm all for it. But I
Right.
need you to get better with critical thinking. I need you to get better with these decision makers that you make, because the decisions that you make just don't affect you or your family. It affects the other person's family as well. But
Is it?
I be real with them. I be real with them, and I also explain to them that, listen, some of y'all gonna have to go to the graveyard.
Mm.
Some of y'all gonna have to do 100 years in jail or a bunch of time in jail, like I did, before y'all get to understand what I was talking about.
Mhm.
But the difference is, like I tell them, is that I didn't have nobody out here like me when I was growing up. No old
Right.
heads didn't care this much.
Right.
They just gave me the package, gave me the gun, and told me to go do what I need to do. They
Mhm.
didn't care this much. So
Right.
by them not caring this much, cool. I didn't have a father at home, didn't have a big brother at home. My big brother stayed in jail, so I had no male role model to look up to. My mom was into her addiction. She was working, but she was into her addiction. And with that being said, that who I'm gonna look up to, so I turned to the streets. So the
Right.
people that's giving me the package and the guns, I'm thinking that that's love from a male figure.
Mm-hmm. Because that's all you knew.
This is all I know. All I know is
Right.
where to come to right here. So that's what I turned to. And you know, as I got older and when I did the time in jail, I realized that wasn't love. I just realized that they was just using me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any topics that you stay away from when you're speaking to these
No.
young men?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. You just
I
give it
cover.
all to them, right?
Yeah, I gotta give. I'm giving it all to you, like, cause I don't want you to think that I'm ever going to sugarcoat nothing. And any questions that you want to know and want to ask me, I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability. I'm not sugar. No, it's the question. No, it ain't such thing of when somebody interviewing me or when somebody talking to me. Is there any questions? You know,
Yeah, because you did tell us that. Oh no, I'm an open book. You
right?
said
You
so.
ask me, is there anything that we need to stay away from? No.
Mm-hmm. Well, we respect that. We appreciate that and we respect that. I do. And has there ever been a time when you are being asked to speak and the organizers have told you, listen, we don't want you to say anything about this over here? And if so, if that has happened to you, did you decline to go speak unless you're able to speak freely or
Um,
not?
a lot of the interviews, a lot of the people, I really don't get that as much. But it
Good.
was one incident where it was like, listen, we don't want you to talk about this, that, and the third. And I say respectfully, then I can't come do it
Mm-hmm.
because I can't sugarcoat it to him. I gotta give it real to him. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give
Right.
it real to him. You know what I mean? Now, it was one interview that a guy asked me to speak on my case, so how I got injured. And then that's when I told him, listen, I don't discuss that. As far as as far as like the details, he wanted to know real details of it. I said I can't give you that.
Mm-hmm.
So respectfully, I declined that interview. Like that, how the case went down and this that. I'm not doing all that.
Right.
I ain't just not. I'm not in court. You know what I mean? It's not.
Right.
I ain't in court, so I'm not giving you that. So respectfully, I got to decline that right there. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm a straight shooter, man.
And see, also, I appreciate that answer too, because you're not out here trying to teach people the legal ins and outs. You're here
Right.
to save these young boys' lives.
Right.
So I respect that you declined that and you stood your ground on that.
Yeah.
That's being authentic to
Right.
what you're about. And
Right.
that's what you have to do.
No, for sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Because a mentor can be everything in a young man's life. But let me give you a quick example. My son, I'm a single parent, single mom, raised him.
Mm-hmm.
His father was around. His father loves him, still does to this day. So shout out to him if he's watching. But when he was in high school, it seemed like he was about to go down a path different than where I was trying to lead him. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me some growth on how to deal with this boy. He's a teenager. I'm a mom. Let me tell you, my part of my mistake was I didn't surround myself with a lot of men
Mm-hmm.
because of fear. I did not want to give the impression. Women are told not to have all these men around them when they're a single mom, because then you look like a hoe to your son.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want him developing relationships with all these men and then these men leave.
Mm-hmm.
So the message that I got as a young single mom was, no, don't have these men in his life and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake though, but I didn't realize it at the time. There's a way that you're supposed to have these men in their life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn that when he was that age. So part of my fear kept me from learning really what to do and how to do it. But when he hit high school, I learned some lessons. And so one of the things that I decided to do with my son is say, hey, listen, if ever you're in a place with some people, wherever you are, and something's about to go down and you need to get out of there, you call me. And all you got to do is say one word and where you are. I won't ask any questions about what's going on. I will just drop everything and come get you. When we get home, we don't have to talk about it until you're ready. I made that deal with him. And he followed it. And it saved my son from a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it also did good for our relationship because he started being able to talk to me about some things after
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
because he knew I wasn't going to judge him.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm sharing that story is I feel like that kind of equates to what you do as a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
You give them this safe space
Right.
to tell you whatever it is, and you're not going to sit there and boy, you and no.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to tell the police because you told me you did this now. That type of stuff doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't help. So I wanted to ask you this very important question to me as a single mom, it's a single mom to a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the main advice that you can give them about raising these boys by themselves? I know it's a lot of them, but what's the critical lessons?
Um, that was a good question. You have to. You can't be too much hands on.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I'm always taught was that a woman can't teach a little boy how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and women is nurturers, so they know all they know is to protect their baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And as a man dealing with him, is that go ahead, we're gonna allow you to make that mistake. We're gonna allow you to bump your head, and then when you realize that, I'm gonna still be here to be able to save you and be able to give you the game now and let you know. See what I'm saying? So as men, we allow that. Women, they don't allow that. This is my baby. And that's like how you said, listen, you got any problem, you call me. I'm coming. That's your baby. You want to protect your baby. And men, they will protect their son too, but we will give them a little bit more leeway and basically like enough rope where it's like, okay, you made that mistake. Okay, cool. All right, I got you now. Now you understand what I'm saying. So you can't be too much hands-on, but still be active in their lives, like how you are. Like you gave them that leeway. I'm not telling you ain't going to go hang over there. I'm just telling you, if you hanging over there, if you get in any trouble or you feel uncomfortable about anything, you call me. Mommy coming, and we ain't got to discuss this when you get home until you're ready.
Till you're ready.
So that's what gave him the, because when you so much hands on, we ain't telling our moms nothing.
Right.
See,
Right.
my mom never knew what I was doing into the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because
Right.
one, she was always in her addiction, and two, she always stayed at work.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So
Right.
so you just can't be. You could be there, be handsome, but don't be to the point where it's like, I ain't telling mommy nothing. Mommy ain't knowing nothing. I ain't telling her. No, that's why he's so open with you now. You know what I'm saying? Because mommy understands now. That don't mean if you do something dumb, mommy not gonna get in your ass.
That's
But
right.
mommy understands now, and I gave you enough rope to hang yourself. I gave you enough. I'm letting you make your mistakes as a man growing up. I'm letting you gonna make your mistakes. We just hoping that the mistake don't cost you your life.
Right.
That's what we gonna hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, as young men, don't matter how hands-on a mother thinks she is or whatever, if we want to do it, we're going to find a way to do it. It's just us being teenagers and kids, we're going to find a way to do it. It don't even make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the advice I can say is basically like, listen, like, let's don't don't make it feel like that he can't tell you nothing.
Right.
You think what I'm saying? Because my
Mm-hmm.
mom, I'm telling you, when I got locked up, she was trying to figure out how.
Yeah.
She didn't understand that
Mm-hmm.
I was doing this to the community. She didn't, because you have to understand, I still was getting good grades in high school.
Mm.
Still was
That's
going to
good.
school every day. I
Mm.
still would come home and clean my mom's house,
Mm.
top to bottom. Her room, my room, the kitchen, and iron her uniform before she could go to work.
Wow. Good.
So it still didn't register in her mind that what was he doing. And on
Right.
Sundays, I would sit there and watch Lifetime with him. You take me? So she still
Yeah.
never understood how. But like I said, if we want to find a way, we will, yo. Yeah. So
You will. You
yeah.
will.
So just don't put too much pressure on them. Know what I mean, to the point. That's all. Don't put too much pressure on them though, because I know that's your baby, so y'all want to protect your baby.
It is, but I most of my friends are male. That's what's so funny about our situation over here. Most of my friends have always been men.
Mm-hmm.
Always. My whole life since I was a little girl. It's just that way. I have a lot of great girlfriends, but most of them are men. And
Mm-hmm.
I would keep men around me to ask questions. I just wouldn't bring them around him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And one of the things they would always tell me, Sharon, you gonna coddle him, you gonna do this, you gonna do
Yep.
that. And so I did everything I could to not be her.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to my son today, my son would tell you, no, she ain't coddle me. Because I stayed in that ass when I needed to. But I would listen if I needed to. Now he'll tell you, nah, Sharon, nah, mom, you don't listen. You don't listen. You don't listen. He says that now when he gets frustrated with me. But here's the thing. When he's not upset and he's just thinking about his mama, he always says, I've been there for him. Never
Mm-hmm.
left him. But I never ever let him just run over me
Mm-hmm.
and like he running the house. No, this is my house.
Mm-hmm.
Always never said to him, you're the man of the house now. Those words never came out of my mouth.
No, my
If
mom. Yeah.
somebody ever said that around him, I checked them in
Mm-hmm.
front of him.
Right.
So, no, you don't say that to me. People think that's cute. That's not cute.
Right.
Because no, you got to respect your mom for who she is.
Yeah.
But these young men, some of these young men are really troubled. They have lives at home that some of us can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Right?
Um.
And how easy is it for these young men to even get a mentor? Because I know when my son was coming up, someone like you was very rare. They
Mm-hmm.
were either in Chicago, Philly, LA, Dallas, Atlanta, but they weren't everywhere. And I'm living in Durham, North Carolina. We didn't have that down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ask some men, oh, yeah, I'll mentor them. I'll mentor them. Just give them my number. Tell them to call me. They want the child to reach out to them. They want and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, the boy needs help. Young men who need help are not going to reach out to you and ask you for
Mm-hmm.
help.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognize this, but that was always my struggle with trying to get mentors in his life, even when he was in middle school on up.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you, how easy is it easier now in 2024 than it used to be like back in 2002 before you went to prison?
Is it easy how to deal with what?
Easier to find mentors for these young men out here,
Um.
because it
It's a
seems
little
like it
bit.
is to be. It's
Yeah.
easier.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit more easier. But the thing is this: everybody don't come with a pure heart and pure intentions.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I say that I'm a mentor, that's what I'm really am. When I say that, it's not that I'm just this on social media. No. And any kids that deal with me, when they call me, I answer. You need me to come to your crib? I'm coming. We want to sit down and have a conversation? That's what I'm going to do with you. It ain't no, oh, yo, I ain't got Tony. Where I may tell somebody, listen, I'm at work right now, younger, but as soon as I get a break, I'm gonna call you back. But if he say, yo, it's really important, listen, tell my supervisor, yo, I gotta take this call. Because if I'm thinking that, if I don't take this call and I miss this call and I hear later on that he even done killed somebody and got killed, it's not gonna sit right with me.
Right.
So I actually really, be honest, I put mentoring before my own job.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's a job for me. So I'm not just trying to change lives, I'm trying to save them as well.
Right. Which is what they need.
You know what I mean? So everybody don't come with a pure heart and pure intentions. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is a lot of people, which is not, like I said, I don't knock what people are doing, but it's a lot of people is just mentors when the cameras come on.
Right.
You think what I'm saying?
For sure.
So right. So I'm mentored like in 24/7 whenever I'm around, whenever, when the cameras is off and whenever, when I'm in my room, I'm watching TV, whatever. That's just me. Because I know that they need it. I know that they lost out here. I know, I mean, I know that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
They lost for real, real bad.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of that. It's grown men, 20, 30, 40 years old.
Yes.
Do you feel that they need mentors?
Yeah, everybody, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because see what happens is that I still got people now that's 40 years old that will call me and ask me for some advice. People that's 50 years old will call me and ask me for some type of advice.
Mm-hmm. And you're 38, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because the way that I think a little different. I mean, and I'm gonna give you the best advice possible. I'm never gonna give you nothing like, damn, no, I'm gonna give you and it ain't no in between with me. So if you calling me and you say that you did X, Y, Z, you was out of pocket, I'm gonna check that. I don't care how old you is. Bro, you out of pocket for that. You shouldn't have said that to her. You shouldn't have did that to her. Like whatever the case may be, I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not just telling you something because you're a friend of mine. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So
All right. Well, my last question before I bring Dennis back in, and Dennis, you can come on in. My last question is this: making that transition from being in prison for 20 years, that's a long time, man. 20 years is a long time in
right.
my eyes. Being on the
Mine
outside,
too. Shoot.
yeah, and being on the outside and being that I never went to prison, it
Right.
just seemed like a long time to me.
Mm-hmm.
How and I'm hesitating to ask this question because I don't really want you to talk about any details or anything. But if you had one inspirational thing to say about how you made it through those 20 years, what would you say? How did you make it?
So it's crazy you asked that question because I get that question a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all the trauma that I've been through growing up as a kid, from being able to, from being born with club feet, never being told, never being able to walk.
Mm.
Um, Me being homeless as a kid, going, from house to house, sleeping on love parks and the benches and things like that, in abandoned houses and all that type of stuff. All that trauma that I've been through, right? That prepared me for that moment. The trauma that I've been through prepared me for them 20 years in jail. That's
I
why I
can see
never.
that.
That's why I never cried one time in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, I can see that.
I
I can
was
see
so
that.
numb. I was so numb that I didn't even understand. I didn't even understand that I had 20 years, to be honest with you, until I was 3 years in.
Mm.
Um, so it numbed me. Um, I cried more times out here on the street
Mm-hmm.
now than I ever did in jail.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
still deal and battle with depression, you know what I mean, from jail. So I still deal with them type of things. So when you going in jail for a long time, you have to go insane to stay sane. So that's how I got through that. I had to put my mind into an insane mind for me to be able to stay sane in there. If not, I probably would have been on medication and doing all types of drugs in there just to cope with the fact that I'm about to be gone for 2 decades.
That's real. I can see it.
You know what
All
I mean?
right. Well, Dennis, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Which is crazy to me. I'm gonna ask you these questions because I really want to know.
Hmm?
How did you become a Lakers fan and a Cowboys fan?
Okay.
Living in Philadelphia.
Living in Philadelphia. So I became a Lakers fan, right, because of Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant came out of the draft in '96, right? And I wanted the Sixers to get Kobe Bryant, right? And the Sixers didn't get Kobe Bryant. They had got Allen Iverson. And I knew a little bit about Allen Iverson as a kid, but I liked the Kobe Bryant because they said he was coming from high school and I was identifying with him more. And if Kobe Bryant would have stayed with the Charlotte Hornets, I'd have been a Charlotte Hornets fan. But Kobe Bryant went to the Lakers, and from there, I was a Lakers fan. The Cowboy thing was, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was like 6 years old, I think. They was playing the Eagles. Everybody in my house was an Eagles fan, right? So we beating the shit out of the Eagles at this time. Everybody is mad. I'm happy just to see them mad, right? So I'm like, that's my team right there. You know, my mom, she whooped my ass that day because of that, right? So the next week came, I think they was playing, I don't know who they was playing, but the next week came, the Cowboys played again. I said, that's my team right there with the star, because the star, that's what got me. That's my team right there with the star. She whooped my ass again. But I think after that, she knew that I wasn't never going to be an Eagles fan. She knew that I wasn't going to stop being that fan. So she just said, fuck it, and brought me the Cowboys trash cans, the bed sheets. And from there, I was just locked in with the Cowboys. Like, that was it. So we don't even, to this day, we don't speak. When the Cowboys and Eagles play, we don't speak. During that week, we won't call each other at all.
I get it.
Yeah, like it's personal. It ain't that deep with me, but it's personal with her, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Me and my dad don't have them problems. My dad's a Cowboys fan. I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
We don't have them problems.
I'm sorry to hear that for you, Dennis.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that for you.
I'm actually living a good life. I'm doing pretty good. My team has done good for me.
Yeah.
I'm all right. But yeah, back into sports. So, how do you feel as though this season's gonna go for your Cowboys? Let's start with your Cowboys, and I'll let Sharon talk to you about y'all Lakers because ain't nobody care.
I think we're gonna have an okay season. I think the Eagles is a better team right now. But I think we're gonna have an okay season. I probably look at the record like 11-6, 12-5. I think a wild card might be sufficient, but we lost a lot of pieces on
you think y'all win 12 games?
11. I say 11 or 12. I mean, everybody gonna beat the Giants probably. So, like, I don't know. The Redskins, like, I think it depends. Like I said, we lost a lot of pieces on offense. We didn't really get no weapons for real offense, and so I don't know. But I think a wild card is sufficient. I think y'all will win the division. I mean, see, I'm a realist. I'm not delusional. You know what I mean? So I understand what's going on. I understand what's in front of us. Okay. And I don't trust Dak Prescott. So yeah, I understand.
Oh my gosh! What is
right? All right. I was waiting.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me guess. You like Tony Romo more than Dak Prescott?
If I had a choice, I would take Tony Romo. If I had a choice.
All right, Sharon. I think I'm gonna leave it.
Where's Sean? Oh no, where is Sean? Where is Sean? That's what we need.
Sharon, I'm leaving this interview I'm
So
so
listen.
tired of this Tony Romo.
So listen. We had Dak for what, 8 years?
Yeah.
So the first
Something
4
like
years
that.
we paid. Right. The first 4 years we paid Dak Prescott $4.2 million. Right. He gave us one
Right.
playoff win. The next 4 years we just gave him $157 million, and he gave us one playoff win.
Right.
And now you up for another contract. Like, so at the end of the day, it's like, it's what, when I need you, you can't come through. Like, even with Tony Romo problem was Tony Romo makes the dumbest decisions at the wrong time. Like, will play good all game, and somehow he would just see the other team and throw him the ball near the end. I don't understand that. You feel me? But I don't know. But I'm not a Dak fan. I'm not a Dak fan.
I'm a Dak fan.
I'm
Yeah,
a Dak fan.
I'm one
I'm
of
a
them.
Dak fan.
I'm one of them boys. Like, I would have gave up the farm just to get like an Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old. I still take him right now.
Oh no, hell no. Mm-mm.
Well, Sharon, that's one of your questions. Might as go right into it.
Well, no, that's a question for you to ask because you're doing the NFL. I'm not doing the NFL.
I don't really give a rat's tune about Aaron Rodgers.
But what
I
I
really
will
don't.
say is this: me not being a Dak fan, he is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, though.
We didn't ask about Jalen Hurts. We asked about people who play for the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
You
I'm just
saying
like,
that
because
Tony
I don't want you
Romo
to think. I
is
don't want you to think that's wrong. He is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I just don't want you to mistake that. But go ahead, though.
no.
Well, if you won't ask it, then I'll ask it. I will ask him. Should Aaron Rodgers retire? That's my question for you.
No.
Really?
No. Why?
Why shouldn't he?
I mean, I'm just trying. Why? But when you say retire, you see a decline in him?
I've been seeing a decline in Aaron Rodgers that nobody else seems to see.
Okay. So now, what I will say is this: in the
It's like
playoffs, he
that about
don't win, but
keep
I
talking,
can't say
Sharon.
I've seen a decline in somebody that just won 2 out of the last 3 MVPs. I don't understand that.
Because you got to know that the person who gets the MVP is not always the person that deserves the MVP. Can we acknowledge that?
Yes, but I looked at his numbers in them 2 that he won.
See, oh, okay, I get it. You a numbers guy. Okay.
Well, they don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
No, numbers don't lie, but numbers never tell the whole story either. And see, that's the reason why. That's the only argument I get into with people who do not like Dak Prescott. That's what I'm equating this to. I look at context. I never just look at numbers and say this player is better than that player, or this happened because of this player, just by looking at numbers.
Okay,
I'm a contextual person, so I'm going to look at the context of that season and say, well, what happened? When was this person there and not there? Who was all injured? When did this happen? Did they lose their coach? Did they have a death on the team? I look at all of that before I can say, is this player's fault that they didn't win this season? And so for me, that's the reason why a lot of the times my opinion is different than the going opinion of most fans, because I try to be a critical thinker and look at the details. That's what I do. And I just, I'm a Tony Romo fan, big one. I was a huge Tony Romo fan and used to defend him to people. And I'm a Dak Prescott fan.
Right.
But there's no way in hell I would pick Tony Romo over Dak Prescott. Not me.
Now listen.
Not me.
I got the jersey right here.
Hey, that's great.
What in the phony baloney?
The tag's still on it. I ain't even wear it yet. Right?
Well, good. You can give me one of them. Send me one of them. I need one of those.
So listen though. Because we say numbers don't lie, right? And I'm a numbers guy myself.
They don't.
Right?
They don't.
But guess it's funny thing I love about the internet, right? The year 2021. This is the person you said that you seen the decline in. 2021, Aaron Rodgers had 4,100 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, with 111.9 passing rating.
Yeah.
I don't know what a decline that you seen, but hold on.
But he ain't leading them to nothing. What's he leading them to?
That's all I said was in the playoffs he doesn't perform.
I got it. But
you said that you seen a decline. Wait. Now,
that's what I'm talking about.
2020, 4,200 yards, 48 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Mm-hmm. I don't know what decline you saying. I don't know what's going on down in North Carolina. Is the water doing something down? I don't know, but
I can answer you. I can answer you.
Go ahead.
When I say decline, I'm not necessarily meaning that his numbers decline.
Okay.
I'm talking about the impact and the way he leads his team.
Okay.
The responsibility that he has for this team.
Okay.
Is he the deciding factor that they win or lose? All of that.
I will give you that right there.
I'm looking at the whole situation, not just pulling up stats on the internet saying this season he had this and then this season he had that. It's higher, so he's not declining. No, I can't look at it that way.
So what I will give you is this. You're right about that. You're basically saying when a declining. So basically, you saying a declining with we don't have an impact. So basically, we're gonna say LeBron James is declining, then, right?
Oh yeah, well, see, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Okay, but let me say this about Aaron Rodgers. Part of the decline is his impact on his team as the quarterback.
Right,
this is the quarterback position.
Okay.
And in the quarterback position, they are looked at as the leader of the team amongst the players, right? The last 5 years, there have been players. The last 5 years before he went to the Jets, there have been players who have come out to say why they're disgruntled. It's him. It's him. And he wasn't getting that before that. Before that, all those players, when they would leave Green Bay, they would say, Aaron Rodgers was a stand-up guy, great leader. I don't know why people talk negative about him because dude was a genius on the field and he was this in the locker room, blah, blah, blah. 5 years before he left to go to the Jets, that mess started changing.
Okay.
Because of him. And it didn't have anything to do with just disgruntled young players coming in who felt entitled. It wasn't that. It was him. Okay. And it was also that lousy ass coach they got. But that's a whole nother story.
The one we got. But go ahead.
Yeah. And I just my opinion, I just think it's time for him to go. Now the jury might still be out because we didn't see him play a whole season with the Jets. Let's see what he does. But before he went to the Jets, I said he needs to retire.
Comeback player of the year.
He could change my whole mind. He could change my whole mind this season.
Comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year. You can remember that I told you first.
Nah.
And will be in the MVP conversation, but he's going to be the comeback player of the year.
Nah, not going to happen.
Okay. Just remember that I told you.
I will, but it's the Jets. That's not happening. It's just, I don't care how great he is. But anyway, let's move on to the NBA. So what's happening with these American NBA players versus these foreign players? Do you have an opinion on that? Because the last few MVPs have all been foreign. And it seems like to me that the American players are just walking around just feeling entitled. And just because they are American, they should be considered better, but they're not. No,
they caught up.
They passed them apparently if the last several have been MVP.
But what I'm So what I'm saying is that back in the day, foreign players wasn't none of that. They caught up.
Well, what they gonna do about it? Because they're getting their feelings hurt, and they're in their feelings about these foreign players. They're getting attitudes, but they need to step their game up.
You can't stop.
Do you remember how mad? Do you remember how mad NFL fans and other teams were at Cam Newton when he was at Carolina? And every time he would get a touchdown, he would do the Superman, and they were mad. And his answer was, "Well, keep me out the end zone then."
Yeah.
I say that to these players.
But
if you so mad about these, you don't think these foreign players deserve all this praise? Then step your game up, damn it, and be in the MVP conversation and win it.
Yeah, I mean that boy from Denver different.
He ain't different.
He
you know
different.
why I say that? He's not different. The boy can't jump off a curb. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith. He can't do that. He's not athletic. You got these people in this league talking about how much more athletic they are than the players from the 90s. This is what I hear all the time. The players in the 90s weren't as athletic as us. We're more athletic. We this, we that. Okay, then why can't you stop this dude who can't jump off a freaking curb in the NBA?
Okay,
jumping is a part of the skill you need in the NBA. Why can't you beat this dude?
Let me ask you this. Okay, you're right. Let me ask you this. Could anybody stop Tim Duncan?
Yes, they could.
Who?
Yes, they could.
Whoever stopped Tim Duncan, though?
Listen, Tim Duncan played 20 years. Somebody had to stop him because he ain't got 20 MVPs or 20 chips.
But what I'm saying is that Tim Duncan is arguably going down as the greatest power forward to ever play the game, right?
Yes, he is, and yes, he was
and
largely unstoppable. I understand you're not being literal. I'm being literal, so I apologize.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. He was largely unstoppable, but somebody played defense and shut him down out of fashion.
No, but
nobody's shutting down Jokic.
No, the thing is this. Because Joker, you got to understand, right? Joker actually know how to play the game of basketball.
So does Tim. Fundamental.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So I don't need to be able to jump out the gym to be able to get 30. You can watch a game with Denver, and when the game over, you be like, I didn't see how he got 36, 15, and 18. Where he get that from? Because he know how to play. You know who got the power. You know who has the power to actually really go at him and stop him, but I don't know what's going on with him. Anthony Davis.
That's Anthony Davis point. You are making my point for me.
But
thank you for saying
reason,
that.
He just can't stop him. But you know how you can stop Joker?
To be honest with y'all.
Huh?
To be honest with y'all, it shocked me when I seen it in the Olympics. But in the fourth quarter of that game with Serbia, LeBron was guarding Joker in that fourth quarter of that game. Nobody talks about that. Nobody gives LeBron credit for that. But the fourth quarter of that game with Serbia game,
I did.
LeBron was guarding Joker.
Right, but
I want to see if that translates to this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to see. Like Joker, he's so fundamentally sound. You can't speed him up. You can't rush him. He gonna get to his spot, and he don't jump over Sunday's paper. But it don't even matter because he know where to go and he know how to play basketball. And they have a system. But Anthony Davis has the potential to really do him. But you know the best defense that you can play on Joker, you have to go back at him and make him play defense.
Thank you.
And Anthony Davis doesn't make him play defense. Anthony Davis will sit out on the perimeter and just keep shooting. You have to make him play defense, yo, and they don't do that. So
they don't do that. But see how easy you were able to articulate what the cheat code is for him.
Yeah.
Why don't you think any of these coaches and players realize that? Somebody got to know this besides us sitting on this podcast this morning. Yeah, but they don't do it. They don't do it. Players. And I mentioned him not being athletic just to make one point. I'm not saying that's the reason why he's winning all these games. It's because of that. I'm just saying that's part of his game. He's not athletic. That's one thing that these players now are always talking about. They bring it up, not Sharon, the chocolate girl. They bring it up. But if that means anything, then they should be able to contain him better since they think being athletic is key. That was the only point I was making. I agree with you.
Right.
Everything you said is how I feel. I'm just going based upon what these players have been saying on these podcasts. See, they love having these podcasts now because they think they're able to tell their stories. Well, now they're talking too much. They're telling on themselves too much. And I pay attention. And I'm saying they are feeling like they are so entitled to win. No, you're going to have to earn this against these foreign players because they're coming over here fundamentally sound.
Yeah, but you got to know, see, them dudes, They've been playing professional basketball since 13 to 14. That's why
together.
That's why Luka
They all
Doncic
know
came
each
right
other.
over here and just dominated the NBA.
Right.
That's why Luka just
you're
come
right.
over here. Prime example, Luka. He can't jump over Sunday's paper either.
No.
But he gonna do what he want. He
exactly
what he want.
He gonna shake and bake you all the way up and down that court and make the shot in your face and laugh at you back on defense.
And
that's what he's gonna do. Now he's not a good defender. He's a terrible defender.
Joker is too, but
he gonna get you on the offensive side, and if you don't
shut
him down, he's gonna beat you.
When you think about it, it ain't no dominant big mans in the league really to be able to slow him down. Like I love Greek Freak, you know what I'm saying? I love Giannis. You feel me? In my eyes, I still think Giannis is the best in the league to me, but that's my opinion. I love Giannis because I feel like Giannis could do a lot more than Joker's can. So I don't, you know what I mean? So I
love Embiid. I love Embiid.
No, I don't like Embiid. I don't like Embiid.
Embiid is my absolute favorite big man in the game. I'm not saying that he's the best. I'm just saying for me, he's my favorite. But I have long been saying since he stepped into the league and started actually playing, that he is not realizing his potential.
So you know what Embiid got the Aaron Rodgers syndrome. Good regular season, in the postseason he disappeared. So I don't.
That's true.
I can't go with Embiid. I can't.
And I can't explain. I can't explain to you what happens to him in the postseason.
Yeah, like I can't.
I don't know.
You know what happens? You know what happens in the postseason with a lot of people, especially basketball? The game slows down, and I got time to prepare for this one team, and Boston gives him problems.
True.
Boston gives him problems. That's what it is. So I got time to prepare for one team. Oh, that's his team right there, right? The Sixers fan?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. I like, he's my favorite big man. He's my favorite big man because I think he has the talents to be great.
He do.
But for some reason, he's not realizing it. That's my criticism of him. He's still my favorite, but he's not the best. And he's not going to be the best until he gets it through his head what he has to work on. That's it.
He stay on that perimeter too much because he can shoot, but he stay out there so much that you fall in love with that jump shot when you too big down low and can't nobody really stop you because you got moves, you skilled. You might be the most skilled big man that ever played the game.
Right.
You might be arguing between you and Hakeem Olajuwon. So
he had that talent, but
he got that talent,
has not capitalized on it.
Well, so I don't know.
Yep. Well, my last question on that is: should LeBron retire?
Hey, you said Aaron Rodgers should, right?
You said I'm just asking your opinion. I'm asking your opinion, not sharing. I'm gonna tell you mine.
I want to say yeah, no, and I say no because he's still playing at a high level, but I say yeah because he no longer has the impact on his team like he used to be. Look, it used to be a time if LeBron had 35, 15, and 9, that's a win. They become losses now. So it's like, I don't know. So that's why I say it's 50-50 with me. I don't know.
Well, I think he should retire.
You think so?
Yes. And the reason why I believe he should retire is because of what you just said.
Yeah.
So if stat pattern is his goal, then stay in there. But I really don't give a damn about his stats. I'm a Lakers fan.
Right.
I am a true Lakers fan, and all I care about is banners.
Right.
I don't mean that stupid ass in-season tournament crap that they came up with just to give him one.
Yeah.
Because I really do believe that. That's the only reason why they created that crap was for him. So he can say something, that he got something else to put on his I'm better than Jordan list.
Speaking of that.
Because he's not. And he's trying to be. But anyway, let me just say this.
Here we go.
Let me just say this. I want it to be known to my fellow Laker fan, Wood the Mentor, that I never wanted LeBron to be on my team anyway. I called it then and predicted all this drama you've been seeing since he's been there. I predicted all this crap was going to happen. I said it. And that's why I didn't want him on the team. One banner is not worth all this crap in the way that our reputation has suffered at the hands of this man. That's it.
Hey, Wood.
Go ahead,
and she from Ohio. And she from Ohio, Wood.
I'm listen. I was a LeBron fan before y'all even knew who he was. I was a LeBron James fan when he was in the 8th grade.
Okay.
That's the first time I ever saw him play. And I was like, this dude is otherworldly. I never seen anything like him. When he got into the league, still a LeBron fan. Still a LeBron fan. I was even still a LeBron fan when he made a decision. I didn't care about the decision. People paying him for the show and all that. I don't care about that. Didn't make me mad. What made me mad is when he got to Miami and everybody started discounting Dwayne Wade. That's what made me mad. That's when I started losing my love affair with LeBron, when he was in Miami.
What I will say is this, right? Before he got to the Lakers wasn't winning no more, right?
So
when he got there, it took him like 2 years, I think, to get a championship. I don't know, whatever shit. And I actually believe he probably would have went back and won it again if he didn't mess his ankle up. What year was that? Was that what?
No.
Wait, what year was that?
That was the next, 21.
Right.
21. That's not why they didn't win. They didn't win because they were stupid enough to let all them players go that were key to them winning that 2020 chip.
No, so in 2021, what happened was that boy from Atlanta, because we was number 2 in the West at that time, he got hurt. Anthony Davis got hurt. Next thing I know, we was in the play-in, and we never got a chance to do that. But what I would say is this to you. The Jordan and the LeBron comparison, right? The only thing that I really get upset about when that comes, we never talk about Kobe Bryant.
It upsets me too.
Right.
That's my favorite player.
That's my favorite player ever, right? But I understand why we don't talk about Kobe Bryant. It's because we already seen that before already. You just an imitation of Michael Jordan. We seen that before.
Yeah, that's the stupidest reason to me ever.
No, because the thing is this. We seen that before. You play like him, you talk like him, you chew your gum like him, you walk like him, you did everything like him.
They the same body type.
Right. You did everything like him. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. So the reason why that we say they talk about LeBron James, like you said in 8th grade, you ain't never seen nothing like it.
Never saw anything like him before ever.
You never seen nobody 6'9", 270 that could run a 4.3 40 that could do what he do. So you believe that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James? What you say, Dennis?
Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James.
Michael Jordan all day. He's the greatest. He's the greatest of all time. LeBron is the GOAT in that he is the greatest of this era. GOTE. I've been saying it. He's the greatest of this era, my opinion. But as far as the greatest of all time, that's Michael Jordan. And it's not even close. What?
There's a possibility out there. People are gonna have an argument that he may not be the greatest of this era.
Who is?
Well, I mean, listen, Dennis.
People can argue.
Listen. People can argue anything. Okay.
Right.
People can argue whatever. There's 300 billion people on this earth. Somebody's gonna have a difference of opinion. I don't mind that. Okay. But to me, with my eyes and what I know about the game of basketball and the history of basketball and all the players I have seen, I don't look my age, but I'm an old lady. Mm-hmm. And Magic Johnson for years was my favorite player of all time until Kobe Bryant came along. Mm-hmm. Kobe made me move past Magic to Kobe Bryant because of the way he played the game. Mm-hmm. All right. So for my favorite, it's Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan he's never been my favorite player. He's always been in my top 5 of favorites, but he's never been my favorite because he's a Bulls. He was with the Bulls. I'm a Lakers fan, hard.
Can I ask y'all this?
I never got behind him in that way, but I had to acknowledge before the end of Michael Jordan's career, he's the greatest basketball player of all time, period, as far as NBA is concerned.
Can I ask y'all to this? Because I have this argument in the barbershop a lot. What makes him better than LeBron James?
It's too long, man. I'd be here for another hour to try to explain all that.
I mean, you can sum it up because
I can't. No. Let me tell you why I can't.
I need something to back this up with.
Let me cut you off and tell you why I can't. When you get into these conversations as to why Jordan is better than LeBron, this is what always happens with people who say it's LeBron. Soon as I say because Michael Jordan had blah, 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 the response is, but LeBron, blah, 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 blah. Then I got to sit up there and take 10 minutes to dispute that.
Oh, okay.
Before I can get to the next reason.
Okay.
Next thing you know, it's 2 hours later. We still arguing about the same shit. I don't do it anymore. I decided in 2024, I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay.
I've watched their entire careers. I'm still watching LeBron's. And I'm telling you, for me, he's not the greatest of all time. He's the greatest of this era. He's the greatest of this era. I don't consider LeBron and Kobe in the same era.
Right.
See? So Kobe is the greatest of his era. It's like if I could have a 1A, Kobe would be 1A with Jordan for me. If I could do that. But then I cannot discount Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and
nobody never talks about him
and what they meant for the league. That's
nobody
the
never talks about
my top 5. 5 is Shaq. 5 is Shaq. 4 is Kobe. 3 is Kareem.
You got 2
Shaq where? 5 is Shaq. 4 is Kobe. 3 is Kareem. 2 is Magic. And 1 is Jordan for me. That's
LeBron not in your top 5?
No, hell no. LeBron is lucky to be 9 on my list.
You
lucky.
I know you getting tired.
No.
You got to be getting tired.
No.
You got to be.
No.
You had Shaquille O'Neal at number 5?
At 5. Yep.
What's wrong with Shaq?
Wait, you think Shaquille O'Neal was better than Hakeem Olajuwon?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever I say that, guess what I get? Well, Hakeem beat Shaquille. Shaquille didn't have no answer for him in that series. 1 fucking series out of 20 years. 1.
I'm not even talking about that.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's what I get from people.
And
I went back. See, I'm one of those people that will fact check. I have an opinion. It's based upon what I know and feel and see.
I'm confused.
But when I get a few people that tell me I'm wrong, I will go back and check some facts. And I looked at Hakeem's career and I compared it to Shaquille. And yes, while the feel-good answer is Hakeem is better than Shaq, and people want to talk about the free throws and all of that stuff, no. On my list of all-time, greatest of all-time list, I can never put Hakeem over Shaquille O'Neal. Sorry. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. The only reason why Hakeem got 2 chips is because Michael Jordan retired.
We would never know. We would never know.
But I'm telling you, that's what I believe.
Yeah, we would never know.
Hey, Trisha Joy. Right on time. Thank you, Trisha Joy. She agrees. She knows Hakeem ain't better than Shaq.
She don't again. She come right in. Don't even say hi. Just
she don't need
right
to.
She just can't. She just come right in every time.
She said, "Amen, Sharon." That's my Trisha Joy. That's my dog. Even when we disagree,
she could have said hi. She could have said hi to me. She could have said hi. She just
Hakeem ain't better than Shaq.
Honestly, she embodies New York. That's what she does. You ever walk down the street in New York? Ain't nobody speaking to you in New York. That's what she does. She embodies New York.
Dennis, We ain't got time to be talking about your hurt feelings because she ain't say hi to you.
She didn't say hi to me. I said
So,
something wrong. Don't say hi to me.
Damn,
We
he's
love you,
not in your top five.
Trisha Joy. That's my top 5. Hey, people can dispute it all day. I got
A
a
lot
book.
of people
Wait a
will.
minute. Let me get my book. I got a book for you. I want you to get.
So Shaquille O'Neal is better than Tim Duncan too?
Yes, he is. See this book right here? This book is called Strain of Discourse. Weird title. Weird, very weird title. Okay.
Yes.
But you need to go get this book. It's old now because this is copyright.
Hey, yo, you know, hey, Dennis.
Like
I
Colin
know the
said,
guy
good
that
night.
wrote this book. This is why I'm saying this. This was copyright 2019.
Like Colin said, good night, Trisha Joy.
She said hi, Dennis, with a heart. Hi.
Hey,
Yes.
hey,
Hell yeah. Hell. Oh no.
Hey.
Shaquille O'Neal is a better basketball player than Tim Duncan. He's 7 foot. Have you ever? You talking about? I ain't never seen nobody 6'9", 260 do what LeBron do. Have you ever seen anybody Shaq size do what he did?
No, not at all.
Do you remember the Orlando Magic Shaq?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how he was a 7 foot tall?
The one that went winning, right? You talking about the one that went winning?
He could have easily been a forward instead of a center.
Okay, you talking about the one that wasn't winning, right?
I'm talking about what.
Hold on.
I got it, Dennis. I'm talking about.
I got to ask the question. That's what I got to ask the question.
His individual play. I'm not talking about did the team win.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You talking about?
See, you can't move that goalpost.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. You talking about the one that
goalpost, dear?
You talking about the one that didn't have no impact on the team?
When you ask me if Shaq is better than Tim Duncan, I'm not going to look at the Spurs and say, well, the Spurs were better than Orlando, so that means Tim Duncan is better than Shaq. You can't say that. So
they messed up a lot of times.
Well, they weren't winning when he was doing that.
No, they messed up a lot of times, and Tim Duncan got the best of it. But go ahead, though.
Wood, let me ask you a question real quick, Wood. Is it to you, when you look at players, is it about championships or is it about individual success?
It depends because I can't base because nobody didn't win a championship that they not good because I still think Dan Marino is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. So I can't base that off of nobody not winning a championship.
Let me ask you this question right
here. I like Charles Barkley. I can't base that on nobody winning a championship.
This is the argument I had the other night. Let me ask you this. This is the argument I had this argument the other night. Are you taking Drew Holiday's career or are you taking Damian Lillard's career?
I would take Dame career.
Drew got 2 chips.
But he got 2 championships. But I would take Dame career, even though I didn't get a championship, but I'll be in the Hall of Fame which I think one day he will be.
No, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. He's top 75 all
who you gonna take? AI career or Drew Holiday career?
I'm taking AI.
Right. AI didn't win nothing, right?
But I said that too. I said I'm having an argument with my brothers, and they like, well, then Drew Holiday got 2 chips. You know, Dame Lillard was on them corny Portland teams. I'm like, he took one of them Portland teams to the Western Conference Final.
Right, but what I'm saying is that
I'm like the Bulls top 75. So now, hold up. Now we have. I said Dame Lillard top 75 all time. Top 75 where? Then who wrote the list? I said I didn't make the fucking list. They gave him a blue jacket. The fuck you make it seem like I wrote the goddamn list? I ain't write the list. They gave him a blue jacket.
What I will say is this: it's like, give me AI career or you want Robert Horry career?
No, that's what I told him. I said, you want Dominique Wilkins' career or do you want Robert Horry's career? That's what I told him. I said Robert Horry ain't even make the Hall of Fame, but he got 7 rings.
And he should. He should be in there.
And he got 7 rings, but he ain't even make the Hall of Fame. Dominique Wilkins is top 75 all time.
I don't go by that list though. I don't care about that. I think that list bullshit anyway. What you call me make the list? I think that was bullshit. Even Dwight Howard didn't make that list. That was bullshit. But
depends on what they want to see. We talking about a whole career.
Right.
They chose Dame over Dwight Howard.
If you look at Dwight Howard's stats, though, I can see how he was left off. If you just looking at stats, if you just look at the numbers, it don't lie. I can see how he was left off. Yeah,
Damian
but you can't take Damian Lillard versus Dwight Howard. They play two different positions.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying
because they put him in the top 75, and I'm saying that his career wasn't better than Dwight Howard's career.
I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Right? Then they leave.
I can't say that with
you say what you say.
Klay Thompson off the list too.
Right, Klay Thompson off the list too. Right.
He's not on the list.
Right, he's not. Right. He's not on the list either.
Yeah, that's sad.
But I guess if you're looking at the numbers, I don't know. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't go by numbers. That's why I don't go by just numbers. Just numbers. I'm not saying numbers aren't important and they don't lie and they do lie. I'm saying numbers don't lie and they are important. But I cannot and will never just look at stats and make my decision on any player.
Right.
Never. Never have.
So that's my point. Like, what impact the game Dame did? Like, how did he impact the game?
Listen. I don't believe that Dame should be on the top 75.
Right.
I believe that Dwight Howard should be on the
and
top
Dwight
75.
Howard did impact
the game. That's my belief. Yes, but it was
only for a short. It was only for a short stint, and I think they still mad at him before his Lakers stint, the first one.
It was for a short stint.
Yeah.
What he had? He had 8 years, right?
I ain't gonna say 8. I say he had a good 4.
4?
4.
Well, he won what? He won Defensive Player of the Year, what, 3 or 4 times, right?
Yeah. So did Rudy Gobert. You ain't putting Rudy Gobert nowhere.
Hey, Rudy Gobert is horrible, man. What
about Ben Wallace? Ben Wallace won Defensive Player of the Year and 3-4 times, and he also.
Let me ask you this: was they the offense? Did they have an offense that Dwight Howard had?
No, they didn't have the putback ability.
All right, then. So don't do that. Don't try to compare them two.
See, this is the reason why y'all proving exactly the reason why I decided to stop getting in these discussions. Look how much time we spending, and every time one person asks say something, here come another question. But look at how it is. But look at how that. No, I ain't got time for all that. I have watched a lot of basketball. I know the game of basketball. I'm not some chick that just watch basketball.
No, and I know you.
I don't think like that.
That's why.
I'm not saying that because I think that's what you're suggesting. I'm just saying it's for the people out there who perhaps are seeing me for the first time. I want you to understand who you're looking at. I'm a girl who used to sit up with my father and watch sports every week, all the time.
And that's why I be shocked at some of the statements.
I learned sports from men. That's who taught me about sports. No woman taught me about sports. Teach you now. And I'm saying, no, you don't have to teach me. You don't have to teach me. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, crazy. You don't have to teach me. I already know. So when I say that that's my top 5, I have actually done the work to come up with this list.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
This is not about preference or like or Lakers or any of that. And I'm telling you, LeBron James is lucky to be 9th on my list.
Okay.
Lucky to be 9th.
I'm gonna tell you
the way that he's behaved these last 3 years since they won that chip. Has these last 3 seasons since they won that chip, actually 4, these last 4, has greatly hurt his legacy. But y'all don't see it. Since they won LA's last chip, LeBron has seriously hurt his legacy. I would be another hour telling you why that.
Well, let me tell you this.
Because every little data point that I would say, you would dispute it. And I'm telling you it's factual.
That's
cool. Looked it up.
Let me tell you this. You and Skip Bayless.
And the way that he has single-handedly ruined my Lakers reputation, over these past 4 years, 6 years. Yeah, no, he
Listen,
slid way down. I
I'll
used to
tell you
have
this
him at.
though.
I used to have him at 7. He done gone
You,
down to 9 now.
you and Skip Bell is the only ones in the world that got
No,
him at
wrong,
number 9, and
wrong, wrong.
arguably the
Listen, I
universe
know
got him
people
at
who
number
don't have
2.
LeBron on their top. Listen, I know people that don't have LeBron on their top 10. So don't
You ain't
tell
got
me that.
LeBron James in your top 10, man. It's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy.
A lot
No,
of people
I
would.
can't say that.
There's a lot of people that just don't
I
like
can't.
people
Wait a minute,
with
Right.
Wood.
That's
dislike.
what it is.
Yes, wait a minute,
You
Wood. ESPN put Kobe Bryant at 9. ESPN put Kobe
okay?
Bryant at 9. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Why?
That's crazy.
Why? Why is that crazy? You just had an opinion, but it ain't crazy for
Because
your
it's
opinion.
Kobe Bryant.
But
Because
it's not
it's Kobe
crazy for your
Bryant.
opinion.
No,
So they
no,
can't have the
What
same
I'm
opinion
saying,
you got, but it's
no,
crazy though.
no. That's not what I'm saying at all. You didn't miss what I'm trying to. The point I'm trying to make. You said it's crazy if people don't have LeBron in their top 10, and I'm saying to you, even ESPN does what's crazy to people because they put Kobe at 9, which is ridiculous to us because we know better.
Yeah,
and I'm just saying,
that's out of pocket.
I got him in my top 10, but he lucky to stay there. And if he keeps up with these antics, he could slide out the top 10 if he keeps up with these antics. I'm sick of these damn antics. Play the damn game and get the hell on. Stop all this. Look at me. Oh, look at me behavior.
But you know when the Mount Rushmore come out,
the organization comes first, not your status, not your stats, not your legacy. I don't give a damn about you playing with your son. Who gives a damn?
You know when Mount Rushmore.
Bring me a freaking banner. Bring me a banner. I'm a Lakers fan. Bring me a banner, damn it. I don't care about you and your son.
Y'all knew that was gonna happen, but listen, you know when the Mount Rushmore come out, he gonna be on there, right?
On whose Mount Rushmore? He's not on mine.
On ESPN's, like you said, ESPN's. You know when
but that's ESPN.
I know. I'm
ESPN
just saying. You know when they come out.
ESPN has been bought and paid for by Clutch Sports, so I gives a damn what list they come up with.
Oh man, what I'm just saying. You know when they come out with, it's gonna be Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, Magic. You know that's gonna be there.
No, they might leave Magic off.
You know what killed me about Jordan fans, though? My last thing, right, before I go, you know what killed me about Jordan fans, Dennis and Sharon? You know what killed, because you know what kills me about, because in my eyes, I think Kobe Bryant better than Mike. You ain't going to, so that's what I think. But listen, whatever. That's even here there with me. I think he's way more skilled than Michael Jordan, to me. That's even here there with me. But Sharon, you know what kills me about that? They talk about Michael Jordan like he only played them 6 years that he won the championship.
No. None of us talk like that. That's all you hear.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying when they speak of Jordan.
I'm gonna say it one more time. That's all y'all hear. The naysayers only hear us when we talk about those six champ years. That we never pretend like that was his whole career. We never do.
Listen, when I watch some of these podcasts, right? They say this. Like I just watched Iman.
No, I'm gonna give you a podcast. I'm gonna put his link in this chat of my podcast where I address this issue.
When I watched Iman Shumpert, he had these same words and said 6-0 in the finals. 6-0 in the finals. This is argument. 6-0 in the finals. Nobody never talk about Michael Jordan couldn't get out the first round in the first couple of years, getting swept in the first round. Nobody never talk about none of these things, though.
Hold up. Does Iman Shumpert represent everybody? No.
I know that. I'm just saying he's not the only person I heard say this. When an argument get brought up, they always just say that.
I know it. And let me tell you what, if I'm in the room and I hear a Jordan fan say that, I say, nope, we don't have to just use those 6 championships. We can say more. And if you ask, and if you go back and you look at that whole interview where Iman Shumpert said that, you got to look at the context, like I'm always saying, of what they were talking about and what he was asked. For him to say that is because of what they were talking about. That's why he says 6-0 in the finals, because of what they were talking about specifically. That doesn't mean that he thinks that Jordan is the GOAT only because of that. So you're wrong. I hear this all the time. I have no fear of talking about Michael Jordan's entire career. If you want to go back to college, I'll even go back there. But his entire NBA career, all the way till he retired finally from the Wizards, I have no problem talking about how he never made it to, never won a chip in the 80s. I don't give a damn. Still doesn't negate his greatness. He's still the GOAT. He was called the GOAT before he even got his first championship.
That's what I'm saying.
He was already he was already recognized as the GOAT by 1988.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He was
I was trying
already
to figure out
recognized
how.
as the GOAT.
I was like, how fucking how?
What do you mean how? Do you okay? It's okay. I know you probably weren't watching back then. You might not have even been old enough.
I wasn't, but what I'm saying is this.
I saw it. I was
4
there.
years. So you 4 years in the league, and they trying to say that you better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
It's not about saying he's better than. That's not. See, that's where y'all younger people, y'all try to play on these words too much for me. Nobody is saying at 4 years in he was better than Kareem his whole career.
Why they called him the GOAT then? I want to know.
But when by 1988, when Jordan got in there, Kareem was old. In fact, he had retired. So it don't matter.
Why they call him the GOAT though? With 4 years in, why he was considered the GOAT?
I'll let you watch the footage, and I'll let you.
No, I've seen the footage, but I'm saying, why are you considered the GOAT?
No. I'm gonna let you watch the footage as to why he was considered the GOAT in 1988, and I will put my link to my podcast that I do by myself, no guests, just me, breaking it down as to why he was the GOAT, even in the 80s. So I'll give you the link. You can watch it for yourself. Like I said, if anybody out there listening want me to come on that show and talk about why Jordan is the GOAT and how I'm not afraid to talk about his game in the 80s or in the Wizards, I talk about his entire career with no fear. Absolutely no fear.
All right.
None. So when I hear people say, oh, y'all scared to talk about, no, I ain't never scared to talk about it. I done studied this too much and I lived it. Lived it all. So I have no fear. It's so good when you wake up in the morning with no fear. Nothing bothers you.
We can't be here. We can't be here. Well, I can't be here all day. Y'all can be here all day.
No, I can't either.
No, we can't. I enjoyed this though. I definitely enjoyed this.
That's good. Now
I enjoyed the first part more than I did the sports part. We ain't got to talk about the sports part. But I love what you're doing. Right. I love what you're doing as a mentor. Can you tell the people how they can get in touch with you, Wood?
Yes, anybody that want to get in touch with me, I'm on Instagram under Wood the Mentor. And DM me for anything, bookings, anything you need me to come in your city. I'll be there to speak. You need me to do one-on-ones if you feel like with your kids, the troubled youth and all that. I'll be there to have a conversation with them. If I can't reach you, we could talk over a FaceTime, a Zoom call, or however the case may be. Yes, I answer all DMs back, and I'm not one of them. So, yeah, you could definitely get in touch with me. And make sure, Shan, we got to see what we go do down in North Carolina.
Hey, come on down.
Yeah,
come on down. Dennis, you got to come back.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So that's
so you
it,
got
man.
Any final, you got any final words to leave with the people, Wood?
No, I just enjoyed y'all. I like this conversation. Because I actually don't get on a lot of platforms and even get to talk about and speak about sports. I don't really because it's always about that right there. So this was like actually one of the first platforms that I've been on that we actually got a chance to talk about sports. And I like it because I love sports. And I mean, I think sports that's what bring a lot of people together. You know what I mean, especially on Sundays with football and basketball. So I love sports and all that. So I enjoyed this conversation. I see y'all doing
Good.
great things. And you know, I definitely look working with y'all in the near future and seeing what we can be able to accomplish and get some things done. Like I said, I definitely want to come down North Carolina and see if we can make something happen down there. You know, coming to a different state and see how many lives that we able to touch. You know, but that's it with
That's a
me.
bet.
That's it with
That's a
me.
bet.
That's it. So y'all enjoy your day. Y'all have fun. I'm about to get my day started, and
Well, thank
let's
you.
see what's
Thank
going
you.
on.
Stay on while we end the show because I need to ask you a question afterwards. Okay. So hold on
Okay,
one
no
second.
problem.
Go ahead, Dennis.
No problem.
Yeah, Sharon, you got any final words?
My final words is what I think I said it in the beginning. Take care of your one body you got. Take care of it.
Yeah.
Just take care of it. All those
Hmm.
things that you doing, the toxins you putting in your body and stuff, smoking, drinking too much, stop it. That's all I can
Yeah.
tell you.
Please.
What about you, Dennis? Final words?
I'm gonna say this. Um, it's gonna be a lot of ups and downs in life. The one thing I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna leave you with is, and I say this all the time: be happy. Be happy. All I preach is happiness. Be happy. If you ain't happy, then don't do it. Don't do it. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what I'm saying. If you ain't happy, then don't do it. And thank y'all for coming out today. God bless. Great day.